Down, I used end papers, and I put a stocking cap on and set it in the dryer until it got hard, and I just left some of my hair around the edges and in the middle. And the hair that I'm using is the Sensational Bunk collection, and I'm using the small pieces. This is from the 27 piece, and I'm also using some human hair. I got both here from my local beauty supply store, and it's 8-inch Yaki. And I've already started placing some tracks in the back. I have about 3 tracks in the back. So I'm going to turn around and show you how it looks in the back so far. So like I said, it's about 3 tracks that I have already. So I'm just going to place my 4th track and apply some glue. You don't want to use a lot, you just want to use a little. And I'm just going to place it right on top of the previous track. And I'm going to keep placing the tracks until I get like to the middle part, and then I'll come. Okay, I've already started placing the tracks going towards the front, and as you can see, I have a little blue line here and one right here, and that is to let me know where I need to start cutting my cap. So what I'm going to do is continue placing the tracks from one side to the other until I get to the blue line. So I'm just going to take a track and apply the glue. Okay, so you want to be careful if you're going to leave some hair out, not to get the glue on the hair. You want to make sure you put it on the stocking cap or a little past the stocking cap, and make sure that you don't get it on your hair. And then you just want to place it on the next side and apply a little bit of pressure. At this point, you can add some spritz to it to give it some extra hold, but I chose not to do that. I'm just going to apply some pressure, and then I'm just going to move on to the next track. Okay, so now it's time for me to cut the cap, and you want to be very careful. You don't want to cut your hair. And you want to make sure that you cut off all the excess cap. So now what I'm going to do is take my braid apart. So I'm going to take it apart, I'm going to comb it out, and I'm going to flat iron it, and then I'm going to proceed with laying the rest of my track. Okay, so I flat ironed it, and what I'm going to do is begin to bond some pieces because my hair is thin. So what I'm going to do is just bond some pieces in, and I went ahead and pre-cut my selection. Oops. I'm just going to take a little bit of glue, put on the track, and I'm just going to lay it down. I'm going to put some pressure on it, and that's it. So what I'm going to do is continue placing some more tracks in it, and I'll come back when I get halfway finished. Okay, so I finished placing the tracks in, and so now I'm just going to shape up the back. I'm just going to use my my clippers by Conair, and I'm just going to shape down the back a little bit. Okay, so I just cut down the back a little bit, not too much. So I'll show you what it looks like in the back. I didn't want to cut it too much in the back because with this hair that I'm using, it's already kind of like pre-layered, so I don't have to do as much curling. But I did want it to be kind of even in the back. So what I'm going to do now is section the hair again into 3 ponytails. It's already in 3 ponytails, but I want to make sure that it's going to be even on both sides. And I'm just going to take some hair, starting from behind my ear, and just gather it and pull it to the front. And I'm going to do the same on this side. I'm trying to make sure that the thickness is on both sides, that it's even. And I'm just going to take it and place it back into a ponytail. And I'm going to do the same with the back section. And I want to make sure that this back ponytail is really tight. Because I'm going to use this ponytail as a guide to cut it. So this is how it looks in the back. And what I'm going to do is take my cutting shears and cut it. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is cut the back ponytail. So I cut it, but I'm going to go back in and shape it up, and I will be back. Okay, I shaped it up in the back and bumped it, and I'm gonna show you what it looks like in the back. So now what I'm going to do is start to shape up the sides. And I'm just taking my razor comb I got from my local beauty supply store. I think it was like $1.49. And I'm just going to start like in small sections. And I'm going to use like the little back pieces as my guide. And I'm just going to just start shaping it. And I want to start off like just using little sections at first, and then just work my way into larger pieces. And I'm going to keep doing that until I can get the desired shape that I want. Okay, so I went ahead and shaped this side. So what I'm going to do is start on this side. And the thing about getting a precise cut is that you have to do it slowly. You have to take your time. I had to go in like several times to shape it up. So you want to just take your time. What you want to do is use the smaller pieces in the back as your guide. And you just want to start shaping it. Take small pieces at a time, and once you get the desired shape that you want, then you go back in with your shears and just try to clean it up. I know some people will start off with the cutting shears and then go in with the razor, but I like to do it this way because it helps give me kind of an idea of how I want it to be. And I think it's easier to fix it up if I make a mistake using these versus the cutting shears. Because with the cutting shears, you also have to be careful because you can take up a lot of hair at one time. So you don't want to do that. So you just want to take light, small strokes. You want to make sure you go all the way down to the ends. I'm going to keep coming this, and I'm going to come back when I get close to the desired shape that I want. Okay, so what I'm going to do is just go in and shape it up some more with my cutting shears. And when you're cutting, you want to cut at an angle. You never want to cut straight across. And you're just taking off small pieces at a time. Okay, I'm gonna bump my ends and I'll be back. This is the final look, and I'm gonna turn around and show you how it looks in the back. So thank you all for watching and have a wonderful day.